Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the brothers from the GMS Atlanta Church. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praises unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect and 44 first fruit. All right, and today the topic at hand is going to be, like you see on the screen, is mission focused. Okay, and we all know who was mission focused at the end of the day. It was Yahushua. Okay, when he came onto the planet Earth, he had one task at hand that Yahweh designated him to complete. Okay, and he put his head down and he went to work. You know, it's the same thing we must do in this truth. All right, we got to put our head down and go to work and be mission focused and see our the task at hand. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, we're going to jump into the scriptures. And we're actually going to start with an account of Yahushua. If anybody got that account.
Come, I got you. This is John 13, verse 25. He then, lying on Yahushua, breast said unto him, Lord, who is it? Yahushua answered, He it is, to whom I shall give a sup when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sup, he gave it to Judas Iscariot.
That's right. So when you read further up in verse 24, Simon Peter asked John, who was laying on Yahushua's bosom, to ask him who it was to betray him. Okay, he said, whoever I dip in, this sop and hand it to. Okay, so go ahead.
God, the son of Simon. Verse 27, and after the sop, Satan entered into him.
So reread verse 26.
God, verse 26, Yahushua answered, He it is, to whom shall I give a sop when I have dipped it? And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon.
So he gave it to Judas Iscariot, all right, the son of Simon. Go ahead.
God, and after the sop, Satan entered into him. Then said Yahushua unto him, that thou dost do quickly.
That's right. So that's the point of the matter right there. Okay. Someone get John chapter 2 verse 24. Okay. You hold it. Yeah, get that.
This is John 2 verse 24. But Yahushua did not commit himself unto them because he knew all men.
All right. So the scriptures clearly say that Yahushua knew all men. And even when you go and read, when he asked Peter 3 times to feed the sheep, Peter even told him, he's like, Lord, thou knowest. You know everything. You know what I'm thinking. You know how I feel about you, everything. You know how every man on this planet Earth feels and what they're thinking. Okay? All right? So the scriptures say Yahushua knew all men. So when he told Judas Iscariot to do what you got to do quickly, he knew what he was going to do. He knew it was a part of the mission. He knew he was going to give him up to the governors. Okay? All right? And then the princes. That's what Yahushua prophesied about in the book of Matthew. He knew this was going to happen to himself, but he knew it was going to be who he considered a disciple who was close or near to him to do this to him. But he wasn't, what you say, Jake like to say, butthurt about it. Because he knew it was a part of the mission. He knew it had to happen. That's why he was like, okay, we get to this part of my mission. All right, hurry up and do what you got to do, bro. Get to it. Because I have something to accomplish. All right? And you doing what you're doing quickly will speed up the process of this mission. So Yahushua was mission focused. He wasn't butthurt. He wasn't mad because he was going to betray him. It's like, you got to... It was all designated by Yahweh in the first place for this to happen. He didn't let it hinder him. Okay? He wasn't sorrowing. Well, he was sorrowing in the mind, but he just knew and didn't let anything, especially something like this, make him falter. Did you have something, bro?
Yeah, I had some. Because, in pursuing and while on the mission, it's important to keep tunnel vision, man, and be on that straight gate, okay? Nothing to the left or to the right, faltering you or making you go off the path, man. Because we got to keep in mind that, the path that we're walking is a spiritual walk, all right? And is not for the multitude, okay? Very, like I said, it's a very straight and narrow path, man. So, things are going to come to try to throw you off the mission, all right? You're going to have monkey wrenches thrown in the plan, so on and so forth. This is Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13. It says, "Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go and threat." Verse 14, "Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it." Okay, so we found that straight and narrow path, man, and it's important to walk, a very thin line on a tightrope in this thing, man. All right.
I like to say, in this truth, you walking on thin ice, holding the egg on a spoon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's really no room for error.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to walk that, or I think there was a movie, I didn't get to watch it, but I saw the previews to it, where this guy, he was going to break a world record. I think he was going to, walk a line that connected from one trade center to the other. He was going to walk a thin line between that. Okay? That's how this truth is.
Yep.
You got to balance on that little, that small, thin line, man.
Yep.
All right? And there's, like the scriptures in Ezra say, there's fire on one side and deep water on the other.
Exactly.
You can fall, you can falter. But if you stay in that straight gate, in that one path, you'll get to where you need to be.
Yeah. And like I said, keeping that tunnel vision straight ahead. Because if you look to the left or look to the right and throw your balance off, hey, that's your ass, man. So you got to keep the mission in mind and stay focused, man, while in this walk.
That's right.
Because you can know the mission, okay, but if you're not being diligent or being focused, to the T, any little thing could throw you off of the path and hinder you from completing the mission that's at hand.
That's right.
I have a precept.
Go ahead, bro. You got a precept too? We'll get yours too.
This is Ephesians 6. I'm gonna start at 11. "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The wiles of the devil." Yeah, it's a lot.
See, that word wiles is like tricks. Okay, you got. I remember getting a breakdown of that a while back, and that word wiles came. It's like that Looney Tunes show with Wile E. Coyote. He was always trying to trick or scam or scheme or set up the roadrunner.
Right.
All right, but the roadrunner will see right through it. We're like the roadrunner in the spirit. And Esau's Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah.
He's setting up his tricks and his traps, bear traps and shit.
Yeah.
But we run right past it, or we run too fast through it,
Yeah.
and the trap, commences too slowly because we see it. Can you reread that, brother?
This is Ephesians 6 and 11. "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places."
That's right. So it says put on the full armor. And when you go into that word, I think it's full or the whole. Okay, it's in the Greek. It's pen. Let me let Esau say it. All right.
38:33. Panoplia. Panoplia.
Panoplia, and it means full armor, complete armor. Okay. It says include shield, sword, lance. I think lance is that long little stick where they have the two horses coming one another. That's a lance. All right. It's a helmet, greaves, which is actually a piece of armor. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's either on your forearms or on your shins. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong. It says in breastplate. Okay, that's everything. You're fully equipped.
Right.
All right. It says in the Strong's definition, it says full armor, or it says all. Okay, so you can't be faulty in missing certain links to certain things. Okay, because if you're missing certain links and certain things, guess what? You're not mission focused.
Right.
If you brought out your breastplate, your greaves, your lance, your sword, your spear, but you forgot your helmet at home,
Right.
you weren't mission focused. Your head wasn't in the game.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfect. That was good you said that because Yahweh Shai, he had on that full armor, you know. Like the brother Ross said, that tunnel vision and causal quality, you know. He had on what? The spiritual helmet, the breastplate. He overcame Satan. He overcame death. The perfect example for the nation of Israel, you know. And that's why we gotta keep fasting, praying daily, you know. Being in that supplication and occupation of Yahweh Shem Shai. Continue that constellation, that calling on that tunnel vision mission, you know. But I'm looking.
Even you are on verse 13.
Yeah, come.
Read verse 13 until that comes.
Verse 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High.
See right there, it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor. That's the second time it was reiterated to put on the full armor. Okay? So it's reiterating to you also to be mission focused. Like we said, if you ain't got all your equipment, you are not mission focused. As you know, you brothers, we watch sports. Okay? The water. The water.
He was
The fucking rookie, man.
Yeah.
All right, so he, oh my gosh, so he first little play, getting subbed in. Oh man, it's my first NBA game. This man took off his warm-ups and had an Under Armour shirt on.
Right.
Like, bro, go get your fucking jersey, bro. You in the game.
Right.
It wasn't here.
Right.
It wasn't here. He wasn't mission focused.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? He was there.
Yeah.
You can't just be there like a deer in the headlights in this truth, man.
Exactly.
You gotta be mission focused. You gotta have your equipment ready. Don't come out that locker room without your helmet. Don't come out that locker room with a spotted garment.
Yeah. If I can say too, that means you were bullshitting before it's time to go on a mission. You was bullshitting. Cause how could you forget a whole jersey? Or how could you forget your whole breastplate? Something as essential as that. That means, hey, you had the mission far away from your mind as possible.
That's right.
You wasn't even close to having your head in the game.
That's right.
You probably was, before the battle, you trying to get your piece of ass or something, or you listen to some bullshit music, just totally out of the game, man. And you can't be like that in life or in the truth, because it's consequences to not being mission focused. All right.
That's right.
Luke
14.
Okay. And that main consequence at the end of the day is death, because we gotta be ready, That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is preparing us to be ready, We're going through that hell, that chastisement, Him bringing us low, keeping us at a low state, constantly calling on Him, So he's putting us in that ready mind state, But I have more on.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue in verse 13. Well, just reread it. This is Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the day of evil. Well, in the evil days, a lot.
To withstand.
God.
In the evil days, right? That's what it said.
God, yeah.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
God.
What verse was that, Salakia?
It's Ephesians 6:13.
All right, the water. All right, we're gonna get the word withstand. All right, and the word withstand in the Greek is anthistemi, and it means to set oneself against, to resist, oppose, to set against. The Strong's definition, it says stand against, oppose, resist, withstand. Okay, So that means what? When that hour of temptation comes, Revelation 3 and 10, you'll be able to withstand those temptations. Or withstand the seeing all the bloodshed. Withstand seeing people fall at your left and the right hand side, like it says in Psalm 91, the 91st chapter. What 1,000 on your left, 10,000 on your right, but nothing shall come nigh unto you. That's withstanding something. Okay? Because what? You were mission focused, and in turn you put on everything you needed to put on to make it through that day. Which is what? Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. Daniel 12. You know, a day like shit.
Like never before.
Like never before, man. And these people are gonna experience that going into that spiritually butt ass naked. You know? But we got something on, man. So we're going to be ready to withstand those things that are going to be shot. I was talking to the bishop in our camp at Tazawalon, and we was just rolling, you know what I'm saying? We'd take care of some business, and we were talking about the weather, and I was like, man, it's going to be a cold winter. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be a cold winter, but I'm speaking of cold winter in a different sense, okay? And it is. It's going to be a cold winter in a spiritual sense. Okay? But we have the garments, the correct garments to withstand that cold winter that's about to hit this place, man. But these people out here don't have that garment to withstand. You know, you can finish your precept, we get yours, bro.
Come. Yes, says that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
So it says your loins girt about with truth, so that girt, like on the waist, you know what I'm saying, holding everything together. Okay? So go ahead. It says, and having the breastplate of righteousness. So go ahead, brother.
Come. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
That's right, go ahead.
Above all, taking the shield of faith.
Above, it says, above all, you gotta have the faith.
Right. Most importantly.
Most important, you gotta have the faith. All right, go ahead.
Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yeah, because like the brother was saying, this is a spiritual battle that we're getting ready to face. This is a spiritual mission we're on. You know, an average nigga, I think he got a 45 caliber pistol, and he mission ready. He focused.
Yeah.
When in that day, man, that's not going to withstand the times that we're in or that we're coming into. It's important to be ready, you know, spiritually equipped. The scripture tell you, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, not a pistol, not an AR-15, none of that.
Yeah.
Because when 2/3 or somebody that's not in the know think about a mission or fighting against, you know, principalities and things of that nature, they think of it in a carnal sense.
That's right.
I need to store up weapons. I need to do this. I need to do that. So when I get on this mission, you know, all of these things shall suffice. All right? When they're not thinking, how you gonna fight Esau with his own blessing?
Right.
That's nonsense, man. It's important to be ready spiritually. All right,
That's right.
fight against the woes and the principalities and the darkness of this world, man.
That's right.
Because Esau, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So you wouldn't win anyway, you know, in a carnal sense. This is the son of perdition, man, destruction. So you will easily get destroyed, man, on being carnal. That's why the Lord constantly say, hey, I deal with spiritual, you know. Stop walking in the flesh. The flesh is weak, you know. That's why we're going to have that spiritual, which is ultimately faith that's going to save us. Faith in who? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know. We can't be carnal. You can't just go out there with an AK-47 or a Glock 40 thinking you're going to win against this devil. He rules this planet, you know. The earth was given unto him. You're not going to win. We need a higher power, man. Our true power, Yahweh Shah. Because it's spiritual, you know.
That's right.
But
Yeah. When you think about it, man, we all know, these brothers in here know Esau's a big ass dummy. Alright, he's gonna try to fight the Lord with his carnal gifts. Okay? Because they are gifts that was given to him.
Yeah.
Alright? Alright, but these jakes out here who aren't in the know, or say, or maybe some of them in the know, are gonna try to fight Esau with the gift that Esau was blessed with. Alright, you can't even destroy Esau with that because they don't know the history. Esau, he touched a lot of people from afar.
Right.
He didn't, the main ways he destroyed people was from afar. It was smallpox, disease warfare, biological warfare, chemical warfare.
Yeah.
Okay, you got your little weaponry in your closet, but Esau got a drone flying 30,000 feet above your head.
Right.
What you gonna do then?
Exactly.
Not a damn thing. Okay? And you probably took the chip so he can track your ass from afar.
Exactly.
Probably sitting in the goddamn bunker somewhere eating some potato chips,
Yeah.
playing,
Xbox control.
yeah, with a greasy Xbox controller, playing real life fucking Grand Theft Auto on your ass, man.
Yeah.
Because Esau's a fucking coward, man. He's not gonna do hand-to-hand battle and face-to-face combat with you. That's why he's the ultimate deceiver, man. He'll deceive you into thinking that you can win with these carnal weapons. That's why he supplied them for you. But at the end of the day, he knows that it's his blessing, at the end of the day, and he's gonna be able to use his blessing way more than you.
That's right.
Way better than you, if I should say. You're not gonna stand a chance, man. So that's why it's important to get these spiritual gifts, put on the spiritual armor, and keep the spiritual mission in mind, man.
That's right. You can fix it.
Come, let me finish it off. This is verse 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is in the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance, come, the water, and supplication for all saints. And I'm gonna stop right there.
No, you can.
Want to keep going?
Yeah, you can start right there.
Come.
Because it said perseverance and supplication for the saints. Or supplication, that's lip service. That's a sacrifice unto the Lord. Okay, supplication means to beg, which is a prayer. Okay, it's in that same verse. It says praying always. It says in the Spirit. We were just talking about. These jakes are going to try to take up arms using Esau's blessing. Well, go back to your blessing, which is the Spirit.
Exactly.
We're blessed to have the Spirit of Yahweh Shai working with us. So let's use ours.
Right.
Let's use our weapon. Okay? And that's Yahweh Shai in the Spirit. Yeah, precept, bro.
And I got this in Romans.
You can
This
take
is
it down too.
This is Romans 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High. And I want to pull out that word enmity. And that goes into hostile feeling, rivalry, malice, internal conflict. So you being carnally minded, that's you coming up against the Most High, coming up against Yahweh Shai. And we know for you to be carnally minded is death, man. We walking after the Spirit, man. We're doing what's commanded us from Yahweh Shai. We're not going to try to come up against this devil, Esau, which is so-called white men, these Edomites, with their own blessing, man. We can't try to come up against this devil with the sword, man. You're going to lose misery, man. So you niggas, that's out there with your Glocks, your AK, your 74Us, man. That ain't nothing compared to what this devil got stored up for you niggas, man.
Salaki, could you read verse 5?
Come on, let me go up to 5.
Yeah, go up a little bit.
All right, come on. This is Romans 8, and that's tripping. So let me just get it right here. All right, come on. All right. This is Romans 8 and 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. That's right, man. We walking after the Spirit, man. You know, we're putting on that full armor of the Most High, man. That full armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, and the scriptures speak about the Lord. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. And the righteous run into it and know that it's safe, man. You know, we run into Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, and need all things, man. You know, when we pray, you know, for all things we need, man. That's what we go to, man. That's our power source, man. You know, we're not seeking to be carnally minded, man. You know. That's definitely, you're not going to ever win, you know, being carnally minded against this devil, man. You know?
That's right. The word carnal means literally of the flesh, meaning fleshly. That's where you get the word reincarnate. The re meaning to come back, carnate, meaning in the flesh. So you're coming back in the flesh. All right? So if you're consistently carnal, you're of the flesh and blood, man. But if you're spiritually minded, which is what the topic at hand is, mission focused, then what? Then you're a friend of the Most High, because you're worshiping Him in spirit, according to John 4. I think in like verse 23, if I'm not mistaken, 23, 24. Okay, because it says the Most High is a spirit, and you are to worship Him in spirit and in truth. Okay, so you got.
That's what we're reading. That's what we're going to. This going to 6. For to be carnally minded is death. Right. And that's plain, man. So you go out, you know, you want to be carnal, you know, you decide you want to go shoot a nigga, you know, you decide you want to take things into your own hands, so to speak, you know, you're going to get judged, man. You're going to get jacked up because you're not walking according to the spirit, you know, the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Hey, if I may say, when the centurions came up to Yahushua, what did Peter do? He pulled his sword out of his sheath and cut his ear off. Immediately, Yahushua rebuked him. Right. And guess what? He picked that ear up and healed the centurion through the Spirit. But he immediately rebuked Peter, saying, "Man, he killed him with the sword. You know, dies by the sword, man."
Yeah, that's right.
You niggas, if you pick up a Glock, any weaponry, you're gonna die by a missile, bro. Simple as that. Okay, because you weren't in the spirit. But that goes more so talking to the men who are in the fold, man. Don't be mission focused, man. Don't be in the mind state of a 2/3 out there. You know what I'm saying? Who is not mission focused. Right. Okay? Because you clearly saw that in that certain account which I just mentioned, the difference between a carnal and a spiritual activities. With carnally cutting the ear off, that's something negative. Yahushua turned that negative into a positive through the Spirit. Because he was mission focused. He wasn't here to do any of that nonsense. He wasn't here to kill nobody at that time. He was here to heal, preach the word, magnify Yahweh's name, which is gospel. Gospel meaning good news. That's positive news. He wasn't bringing nothing to the people in the carnal realm that was negative news. Right. But to us who was in the spirit, this is great. You know, because he was mission focused. You want to elaborate on that, Holmes?
Nah, okay. And it says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Right. And being spiritually minded, you know, you're going to gain, you know, life and peace, you know, through who? Through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, Yahushua, you know, remained in the spirit, man. You know, he wasn't being carnally minded, you know. Even all the way up to him being crucified, man. You know, he didn't decide like, nah, man, you know, I'm finna just mess these Romans up, man. You know, Yahushua remained in the spirit, man. You know.
And I wanted to say too, Salaki, it says life and peace. Mm-hmm. You have to have that in order to complete the mission. Huh? If you dying and being carnal, you're not going to complete the mission because you don't have that sense of life and peace. All right, when you're moving in that realm, you're able to sustain the woes and the wiles of the devil, and you know complete the mission. If you live in in life and
can you charge him?
All right,
can you charge him?
That's right. And I'm continue on because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High.
Yep.
That's right. And it says right here, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, you know, and that's coming up, you know, against what you're supposed to be doing, man. You know, that's you following after your own will, your own lust, man. You know, being carnally minded. We're to do what's commanded of us, man. Remaining in the spirit, you know, being spiritual in all things, man. You know? Because we got to wait on the Lord, man. You know, we can't just decide we just going to go kill a gang of Edomites, man. You know? Because if you do that, man, you know, you're going to get what's coming to you, man. You know? We're to remain in the spirit, man. You know? And I'm going to continue on. For it is not subject to the law of the Most High. That's right, man. You know, and where it says right here, for it's not subject to the law of the Most High, you know, we know that the Lord directed our steps, man. You know? So you being carnally minded, man, you know, you trying to lean on your own understanding, you know, that's you going off, man. You know? We're to let the Lord direct our steps, and Lord willingly, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, direct us in that path of life, man. You know, having faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, doing the work, doing what's commanded of us, man. You know, stand in the spirit, man, remaining spiritual, you know. And that was
it on that? Yeah. And you know, we keep saying being mission focused, mission focused. What is that mission? We're out here fishing for the hope, we're fishing for the elect, all right, and gathering the Lord's sheep, all right, gathering the flock, all right, and in doing so, man, it's important to keep that at the forefront of your mind, okay, that we're on a mission that's not of man, okay, it's a spiritual mission, man. We have to gather the flock, you know, and feed the Lord's sheep, man. This is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Yeah, so in the path of trying to complete the mission, man, it's important to do it of a pure heart, man, and do it because you know the spirit is in you to do so.
Can you, can you read that first?
Yep, this is
first thing you read.
Yep, this is 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint.
It says taking the oversight thereof. That's being a bishop. The word, when you look into the word bishop, it means an overseer. So go ahead.
Taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly.
Not by constraint, but willingly. Constraint, it got it has a word, constraint. Okay, the word straits derive from that. Because a strait, when you look up the word strait, it means hard times or hard place. When you're in constraint, meaning with, you're with hardship. Okay, so you're not doing this work with hardship, with
Yeah.
Okay, it said, go ahead.
But willingly.
But willingly, you want to do this. So, Bob, can I get a scripture to that? Philippians 3 and 1.
Come, this is Philippians 3 and verse 1. Finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord to write the same things to you.
It says, finally, my brethren, rejoice in the Lord to write the same things unto you, because the things that Paul wrote to the Thessalonians, to the Philippians, to the Ephesians, so on, so forth, when you read each epistle, it was kind of reiterating the same thing to each particular church. Of course, they have their own personal things that they had to work out and fix, but Paul was, in the same sense, speaking the same thing. Keep the faith, keep your Yahweh Shem Yahushua first. Keep the love of the brethren. He was saying the same thing to each church. So that's what he's saying to the Philippians right there. Go ahead.
Come, it says, to me indeed is not grievous.
To me indeed is not grievous. So what? It's not no constraint for me.
Exactly.
It's not constraint for me to tell you this. Okay? Because he's reiterating this to another church, but he reiterated to the Romans, to the Hebrews. It's not grievous unto me, this repetition. Okay? Well, go ahead.
Like if I can say, because if you're doing this thing with constraint, then the mission that's at hand is not important to you. You just equating that with everyday life. You know, you have constraints about going to work.
Yeah.
You know, you have constraints about doing shit that pertains to Babylon. But when it comes to the mission and the focus of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you doing it with constraint, you're not putting, it ain't no weight on it. You equating that to goddamn Babylon. So if this is the mission of Yahweh Shem Shai, and this is Babylon, you know, aka America, and all the things that come with it, you making it on an even playing field if you're constrained about doing the work and you constrained about, you know, doing worldly things. You undermining the Lord, man.
That's right.
You're not mission focused. That mission is not that important to you.
Dang. You spitting in the Lord's face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because constraint is when that alarm hit in the morning, you gotta get the fuck up. You like, damn, motherfucker, I gotta go to work. And you doing the same thing for the Most High's mission.
Yeah,
You going on.
that's all. Yeah.
You going on.
You finish this real quick.
Come on.
Finish this and get your.
I'm finish it out in verse 1. It says, "But for you, it is safe."
That's right. He says it's not grievous to me because I'm willing to do this. I want to do this.
Exactly.
I want to tell you these things. I want to push the name of the Lord. I want to push his comfort according to 2 Corinthians 1, I think verses 3 through 6. You know, the comfort that I was given, I want to relinquish that over to you. I want to do these things because it says what? For you it is safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's not grievous to me, but you need it. This is for you. I'm doing this for you. I'm willingly doing this for you. You got to think about that. Paul died and came back and still kept doing what he was doing that got him killed.
Mm-hmm.
He was willing to do it again,
Exactly.
to go through it again, you know, so you can finish your scripture.
It says, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. Neither as being the Lord's over the Most High's heritage, but being in staples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. And that's going to be a reward for you staying mission focused. You're going to receive that crown of life, man. All right? You're going to receive the kingdom of heaven and all the perks, so to speak, that comes with it.
That's right.
All right?
If I could say, because me and the brother Rock, we did a video not too long ago. It's called "Work for It."
Right.
That's part of that mission. Who are you working for? Yahweh Shai. And what are you doing in those works? You praying. You staying basically mission focused. Everything is for Yahweh Shai. You sacrificing your whole life for Yahweh Shai. You're doing all these things for Yahweh Shem Shai. You know. And that's what it's all about, you know, not being carnal. Because at the end of the day, us brothers know everything's going to be passed away, you know. And not coming from us, but Yahweh Shah said it, you know, through his word. Everything's going to be passed away. Like, that's what we're working for. That's what the mission is all about, to glorify Yahweh Shem Shah and to get what? That crown of life that won't fade away, you know. But that's all I have.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This is Matthew's 11 and 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 5.
I'm going to go down to 30.
Come.
For my yoke,
Let's slide. Reread that first part.
I'm going to read, this is Matthew 11 verse 29. Starting top. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart.
He says, "Take my yoke and learn upon me, for I'm meek and lowly in heart." Get that Philippians 2 and 5.
This is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in the Mashiach, who being in the form of the Most High."
Yeah, that's it right there. Just stop. Matter of fact, read verse 2 and then go down to verse 5.
Philippians 2 and 2. Fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord and of one mind. This is verse 5. Let this
read verse 3. Just read through to 5. Yeah.
Verse 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, that each esteem another better than themselves.
Now read verse 5.
Let this mind be in you, which was also in a Mashiach.
reread that first part again.
Come. This is Matthew 11, verse 29. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart.
That's right. What did it just tell you in Philippians? Where do you think Paul is getting this from? He learned it from Yahushua. Because Yahushua personally had to come to Paul and kick him off that horse and blind him for 3 days and ask him, why are you kicking against the pricks, man? You know? That goes to show you Paul might have been one of Yahushua's favorites. I'm speaking as a man. You know? For him to actually come down and do that to him. But Paul is right here saying in Philippians 2 and 3 to not do anything in strife or vainglory and be in lowliness of mind. Yahushua is sitting here telling you to take upon his yoke, learn from me. Okay? I am meek in lowliness of heart, which the word heart is lab in the Hebrew, which is mind. It's the same thing. That's why I had to bring out Philippians 3 and 1. I write the same thing, bro. It's not grievous. Because I learned it from our Lord and Savior. He learned of Yahushua to be of a low state of mind. You know what I'm saying? And to take his burdens, to see what Paul went through, man. He actually drank the cup that Yahushua told, I think it was the Thunder Brothers, or I think that's what they call them. The Sons of Lightning, I think is what it is in the scriptures. But wait, that's the same thing Yahushua told him, you shall drink of my cup. Paul drank of it, man. Twice. You know, he died twice, man. Okay? But he's saying this to the same churches, to be lowliness of mind. He learned from Yahushua. He did exactly what Yahushua is telling us to do right here. And he took upon him his yoke. Okay? But I know where you're going with that because Paul also said it's not grievous. Okay? He was willing to do this. So go ahead.
Come. And ye shall find rest unto your souls. Then we'll go down to 30. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
And my yoke is easy and my burden is light. The scriptures say the law is not grievous. It's easy, bro. Don't eat pork. Don't shave your face. Don't get an edge up. That is something you can totally control in Babylon. It's easy.
Yeah, nobody's finna force feed you pork. Nobody's finna tie your ass down and shave your beard. Right.
Bro, it's easy.
Come.
Okay? The things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua commanded us is easy. Alright? The law is easy. It's hard in Babylon to keep.
Yeah.
But when you read it, it's like, it's right there, just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's going to be not second, but first nature in the kingdom. Because it's going to be written in our, it's just do it. It's just how we live.
Just like we breathe, you know, blink, sleep.
Involuntary.
Yep. It does it by itself. Those new bodies we're going to get is just going to do it by itself. That's
the perfect way to say it, bro. I can't say it any better than that. That's how the law is going to be. That easy. Like you're breathing, eating, your stomach rumble, you need to eat something.
Right.
It's just...
It is what it is.
Law.
That's why we're going to be looking back like,
damn, can't do this? But that's why I say it's not grievous, man. Okay, go ahead, bro.
That was it.
Done. It's not, so if the law is not grievous, the commandments, you know what I'm saying, that means it's easy. That means it's easy to stay focused on the prize at hand. Paul talked about he marked the prize when you read Philippians, the 3rd chapter. Okay? Because what? He had his eye on the prize. He was mission focused. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got a precept?
Come, I got you.
Come.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 5.
Go ahead, bro.
And having been a little chastised, like you. I'll read that again. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 5. And having been a little chastisement, they shall be greatly rewarded.
That's right, just a little tribulation going through. You know, we always talk about it, man. Yahushua, and nobody had to go through Yahushua. He had the worst, like, going through.
Yeah, he took the blunt of it.
He took the blunt.
Yeah, he took the blunt of everything, man. So what we going through is bullshit compared to what Shah.
but it's a piece of it.
It's a piece of it, but when you look at it on a larger scale, man, it's really like, come on, bro.
Yeah. You know, and that's why you gotta really appreciate what Yahweh Shai did and appreciate it and thank him that he called Allah Yahweh Shai, call, you know, the water Yahweh for putting the mindset in Yahweh Shai to be mission focused so we can do this.
Yeah,
If he, you know, hypothetically speaking, I'm speaking as a man, if Yahweh Shai wasn't mission focused, we'd be screwed.
Yeah.
We're done. We'd be done for. We'd be done. We'd be done, man. But he was mission focused. So what's some more us, man? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead with your precept.
Kind of continue on. For the Most
I
High.
like it. Because even so, a lot of men talk about the physical things he had to go through. Yes, he went through the worst physical tribulation in the scriptures. The close second is the Maccabees, in 2 Maccabees 7. But Yahweh Shai had the top one, man. Okay? But we always speak on the physical. Think about the mental things he had to go through. Isaiah 53 talks about he was acquainted with grief. Ain't no other man was acquainted with the grief he was acquainted with. We didn't really have to drink of that cup to its fullest. He had the full cup of that. He had the full cup physically. He had the full cup of being mission. He had the top mission. You got to think about these things and really appreciate what Yahweh Shai actually did and appreciate that he was mission focused. Therefore, we got to follow in the same stead and be mission focused ourselves, man. You know? Because we're not even going through half, not even a quarter of the mental stress that he had. That you got to walk around every day knowing that how the world is because of you, because of what you did as Adam. We don't have to take that burden. The book of Ecclesiastes is the lot we're going through, having no remembrance of former things. Yahweh Shai remembered everything he did. We don't remember a generation ago. Just think if we remember who we were on the slave ships, what plantation we were. That's just going back a few hundred years, let alone going back to 70 AD, going back to when the Babylonians got us, going back to all the way to Egypt. We don't have an inkling of that, man. Yahweh Shai had it all. He had to deal with that each and every day, man. He was sweating and tearing blood, man. Come on. You know, go ahead, bro.
Continue on. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself.
Proved them and found them worthy of himself, man. Reread that from the top.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded.
A little chastised. For the little petty bullshit we go in day by day, we're going to be greatly rewarded for it. Get Sirach 51 and 30. This is one of my favorite verses, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 51 and 30. Work your work B times.
And when we work our work B times meaning early. Get Jeremiah, I think it's like 25 and 40. I want to say it's that. But when we work our work early, we get chastised just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai didn't have a place to rest his head, man. He was on the move all the time, man. He barely getting a nap in on the ship without someone waking him up. The only time to sleep. What? There's a storm outside. Peace be still, bro. Oh, ye little faith, man. Chill, bro. I'm trying to get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Oh, so like finish that and we'll go back to that.
It says, work your work B times, and in his time, he will give you your reward.
And it's his time, he will give you reward. So work your work early, do your little chastisement, do your little punishments. So finish your precept real quick. You can drop that.
I'm going to continue on. This is going to 6. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering.
Yeah, it says, as gold, reread it, Salaki.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 3 verse 6. As gold in the furnace Had he tried them?
Yeah, tried them. That's tribulations, that's hardship, that's everything that we go through on while, you know, keeping the mission at hand and while on the path to completing that mission. All right, because nothing worth having isn't tried. Some of the most precious stones have to be burnt or refined to get that precious stone, man. And that's the same thing, you know, while on this walk, man. You're gonna be tried, you're gonna be persecuted, you know, so on and so forth. And that's why it says, in his time, he will give you a reward. So you can't be on this mission. I'm catching hell, man. Hey, when the hell this mission gonna end? I'm tired of walking on this path, man. I'm just sick and tired, man.
Constraints.
Yeah, with constraints. Nah, man. Everything that's worth having, you have to go through something. And that's just the bottom line of it. If you getting something that's free and without any kind of, you know, what I want to say, if it's free and you don't have to put in any kind of work or any kind of bloodshed to get it, it's not worth having. That's with anything, man.
You really can't appreciate it.
Yeah, you getting something free, it's at your disposal. I ain't paying for this shit. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But if you work your work B times and put in that work and blood, sweat, and tears, you're going to appreciate that finished product when you get it. And that's just with anything. Was that it on that?
God, and then a little more, and receive them as a burnt offering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
God, I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna go all the way down to 8.
Okay.
And in the time of their visitation,
Close off on this.
they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Spiritual power.
God, going down to 8. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people.
And that's the reward in his time that he's gonna give us. Even when it said you be tried like gold is tried, and you was talking about like even precious stones, that's perfection. These stones, these blood diamonds that come from Africa get refined, and put on a ring for a stupid nigga to bow down to his ring. You know what I'm saying? But it's in that nice little pure, crystally, sparkly form, because it's perfected. So these things, these little chastisements, these tribulations, when we get refined, going through the adversity, the fiery adversity, we're getting perfected. We're achieving perfection at the end of the day, man. And that should be appreciated. Drink. Started from the bottom, now we here. When you at the bottom, which we're at the bottom of the totem pole right now, and we get to the top, we're gonna appreciate it for infinity. Because we went through the worst fucking captivity ever. And we get the prize at hand, which is flying around like lightning, the spiritual power, and having putting our foot down on the necks of our enemies for eternity. You know what I'm saying? That's the perfection. That's the appreciation. You know what I'm saying?
Because some of the most unappreciated, appreciative person is the people that started out with something, that was born with a silver spoon in their mouth, so to speak. They don't appreciate shit. It's at their disposal.
Look at Trump.
Yeah.
He started off, he said, he had an interview that said he said, my dad only gave me $1 million to start off with.
Only? What? Yeah, only. See, he unappreciative, goddamn. You give somebody started from the bottom with $1 million, hey, you damn near owe your life to that man. He owe you $1 million. Shit. But yeah.
And a little more. This is and their Lord shall reign forever.
That's right, and the Lord shall reign forever, man. Simple and plain as that. That's Yahweh Shai, man. He shall reign forever. You know? But he got his reward because he had to go through those straits. He had to go, and he stayed mission focused. He kept his eye on the prize, man. Yahweh Shai, when he was on earth, he wanted his gifts, and he wanted to sit on his throne again. You know, so what did Yahweh make him do? Work for it. He gave him a mission, gave him a task. And he didn't take his eye off that task. It's like putting your goal on your window, on your mirror, that you go look at every day. I hope you do, because you gotta brush your teeth. Got your goal on your mirror that you have to run by, or or come across every single day. That was Yahweh Shai, man. He had it right in his face every single day. This is my mission, this is my mission, this is my mission, this is what I gotta do, this is what I gotta do. It's the same thing that we have to be like. I gotta read, I gotta study, I gotta build a brother, I gotta add a portion to the body of my spirit. You know what I'm saying? In order to get this prize. These are the tasks that I gotta do to get these prizes, man. You know? Did y'all have any closing remarks? Kind of. So, you know, with that, we want to say stay mission, focus, Akim. Don't take your eye off the prize. The prize is everlasting. You know what I'm saying? And more. Okay? You know, so with that, we want to give all glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. And with that, you know, Lord willing, y'all brothers were edified. And again, man, stay mission focused. All right, until next time, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.